the master's knowledge, Patriji, he, in a very simple way, explains what happens when we meditate. He says there are three grand happenings. The first thing that happens is the mind starts to become empty when we are with our natural breath. When we start observing our breath, the mind becomes empty. That is the first grand happening. The second grand happening is when we get into that state of no mind, when we empty the mind and get to the state of no mind, the body and the system starts receiving a lot of energy. That is the second grand happening. We receive energy when in the state of no mind. And the third grand happening is when we receive a lot of energy, our dormant third eye gets activated. Here, the third eye is nothing but our understanding towards the reality, our to have a clarity about why and what is happening in our reality. We only see how it is happening, but we really don't know why it is happening. So the understanding level improves, our vision, our clarity improves when we receive a lot of energy into the system. That is the third grand happening. And he also gave the concept called beat. We have named it as stillness beat. So beat is also his concept, where B stands for breath, E stands for energy, A stands for awareness, and T stands for thought power. So when we are with the breath, we naturally get into the state of stillness. We naturally become very calm. It is also said in the medical studies, and the recent research says that almost every metabolism of the body is controlled by the breath. Only one metabolism in a woman body, which is the menstrual cycle. Apart from that, all other metabolism of the body is controlled by breath. That's how breath is important. We are not changing the breath or exercising the breath here. We are just observing the breath as it is. And breath will start to become calmer. It starts to become subtle. And when it becomes subtle, we also know that breath and mind are connected. Whenever we are very anxious or angry, we know that the breath becomes very fast and it changes all the metabolism of the body. In the same way, when the breath is calmer, the mind also starts slowing down. It starts emptying itself, and we start to receive a lot of energy. When we receive energy, when the mind stops, the awareness starts. Till then, we are operating in unawareness. When we meditate, when we receive energy, we become aware. The awareness will start. Yesterday, I shared two principles, and the third one is, it says, the psychology says the attention is the most sacred resource that we have in our human potential. So we don't know where our attention is going because we are unaware. Once we develop a lot of awareness, we can direct our attention to the right thoughts, and our thoughts will start becoming more powerful. Our manifestation power will become more, it improves, and we start taking control over our reality. The fourth principle of that psychology is taking responsibility, taking 100% responsibility of what we are creating in the reality. So, right now, what is happening is our attention is all over the place. It is scattered. Energy is not directed towards one single thing. And we feel so scattered. With this process of beat, being with breath, receiving energy, we improve the quality of our awareness. The awareness begins, and we start directing our attention to the right thought, and we start creating our reality as we want it. So, to get the control over our reality, to create the reality as we want. All we need to do is to become more aware and be in the state of stillness. So this is all theory. This will help you to understand things, but what really helps you to be in the state of stillness is practice alone.